How does it make sense that I can get a positive COVID test and then go to the bar or the grocery store unmasked?
Well, I guess that responsibility goes back to the individual. If they are sick for whatever reason, whether it be COVID or some other infectious disease, they have to have that responsibility to be able to monitor themselves. The government had to step in for a very long period of time and manage that for people because of the high numbers that we had across the province and the concentration. Now that these are in pockets throughout the province, we're putting it back on those local communities, and we're making sure that they are aware of certainly the pros and the cons of being able to go out into the community. The responsibility has to be on the individual for that.
But we have public health officers who have been telling us that a government mandate to isolate, which can be enforced, would be helpful to them. They say that doing this is heinously irresponsible. What do you say to that?
Well, I would say that there is a process for a public health order to be going in on local. But again, it comes down to education and the responsibility of the individual to be able to say, okay, I've tested positive for COVID. What do I need to do? Do I need to self-isolate? Do I need to make sure that I am washing my hands more often?
Do they need to self-isolate, or is it up to them?
Well, absolutely, they need to self-isolate. If they have a positive test, they need to isolate themselves from their family, from their friends for that 14 days. That hasn't gone away.
Or what?
Pardon me?
Or what?
Well, or they're going to infect other people.
Right now, every person in Regina infects nearly 1.5 other people. So more than one infection per person. We're at 1.45, and you're not mandating isolation here. Why would you do that?
Well, we think it's important that that if we have to open up the public health order, Stephanie, again, we have to open up that whole gamut of the public health orders versus
why? Why wouldn't you just keep, hey, if you test positive, you still have to stay home, and if you don't, we'll send the cops over just like we used to?
Well, I guess what would be the responsibility of the individual at that point? How long does government have to keep enforcing this when the individual has a responsibility to be able to make that decision and make an informed decision on what they need to do?